Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the Everton News Daily. Gana says he owes everything to Everton Football Club. He says for keeping him in the Premier League after Aston Villa got relegated. He said obviously he was disappointed that he wasn't allowed to move to Paris Saint-Germain on transfer deadline day, but he said we'll give everything to Everton. And he has done so far, hasn't he? Really, you know, the games against Watford, the game against Cardiff, and the Bayside Derby. I thought he was excellent in all three games. He hasn't let the fact that he didn't get that big move affect him. In fact, he could be probably be playing tonight in the Champions League against Manchester United if Everton had allowed him to leave. But Everton said no, shut it down. Were never swayed by Paris Saint-Germain and what they were willing to offer, although it didn't really seem to be a huge amount of money considering Paris Saint-Germain's financial fair play problems. So yeah, he said he's just going to knuckle down now, and I suppose we'll have to wait and see what happens in the summer, whether Paris Saint-Germain come back in for him, whether they'll have more money to play with him, or might go for bigger targets, or whether Everton might try to look to keep him by giving him a better deal. We'll have to wait and see. I said a lot of it will probably be in Paris Saint-Germain's court, because it's if they want to come in for him and they offer what Everton wants and Everton can replace him, then it might be time for the player to move on. I don't think too many Evertonians would stand in his way. I think, you know, the 3 seasons he'll have been at Everton, he'll have done very, you know, really well. And as I say, in the last 3 games since the move broke down, I think he's been outstanding. So yeah, that's Gana. Everton have been linked today with Bruges centre forward Wesley Morales. He's a Brazilian centre forward, 6'3", has scored 14 goals this season. Has got a price tag apparently of €20 million from the Belgian club. It's always difficult, isn't it? It's always difficult to judge these kind of players, although Yannick Bolasy's over there at the moment doing very well, so that might give you a bit of an indication that the level of the Belgium league. But listen, everyone knows you need a centre forward, and between now and when the window shuts, you know, at the back end, or probably the middle actually of August, we're going to be linked with a lot of these strikers. So he is the one today. Mason Holgate. He has been linked with a move to West Brom, currently on loan there, doing very well at right back. Apparently they want to keep him, according to the local media in the Birmingham area. But Everton want to keep him. They want to keep him at the club. They've sent him on loan for his benefit, so he gets games, so it benefits Everton in the long run, and they want to keep him. Obviously, he's been playing right back. I think he's got 3 assists in 9 games, which is excellent. If Everton see him as a long-term right back, he could be someone who challenges Seamus Coleman and John Joe Kenny in the future. Or, you know, his preferred position for him is centre back. He might think, you know, a couple of years down the line, he might be ready to start for Everton. He certainly seems to have the right attitude, the right leadership, credentials. He's a little bit lighter than you'd probably want your centre back to be, and maybe a few years at right back could serve him well. I think it's all about him getting his head down and deciding that's what he wants to do. I think he's always wanted to be a centre back, and has been a bit reluctant to throw everything at right back. But I think that might be what he needs to do going forward, certainly for the next couple of years, and that's where, you know, West Brom have looked to play him in such a, you know, a difficult league as the Championship. Obviously, they can't mess about. They're trying to get promoted or sent into the playoffs, so they've put him in at right back, and he's been absolutely flying. But Everton are determined to keep him. Anthony Gordon has signed a new contract for Everton, currently with the under-23s. 18-year-old, seen as a huge prospect for the future. There was a little bit of talk that Bayern Munich wanted to take him a couple of months back. Obviously, we've seen a few English players going over to Germany, and a lot of other English players being linked with moves to Germany. But Everton have always said they wanted to keep the player. They see him as one of the future stars of the Everton team, and, you know, hopefully his progression is smooth and quick, and hopefully he'll have an under-23 winners medal this year, and probably another year next year, maybe another couple of years with the under-23s before looking ahead. Again, he's one of those players, you look at him, he does look young, he does look slight, doing great for his age, but it's whether those players can take the step up. And over on Patreon, me and Baz have had a really good chat about the youth setup today, so if you're on Patreon, or if you want to get on Patreon, get over there and check that out. That's an excellent conversation about the under-23s, who is ready to step up, if Everton can win a couple of games, 2 or 3 games now, between now and maybe the last 3 games of the season, where we see a couple of those players given a chance, stepped up to the first team squad to get a little bit of experience in the last couple of games. We'll have to wait and see. Certainly if they've already won the Premier League 2 by then maybe a couple of them deserve it, but it's going to be interesting to see how many Everton ship out at the end of the season and how many make that step up, because it's such a difficult step. It really is the hardest step to make in football, going from any under-23s into the first team. So that's an interesting one. But Anthony Gordon has signed a new contract, which is brilliant for him. And finally, it's been revealed that Liverpool City Council have paid out £700,000 in consultation fees for Bramley Moor Dock in connection with Everton building a stadium there. The council were pressed on it by the head of the Liberals about why this money is being spent. The council said, they're trying to be very, very clear about the situation. They don't want to hide anything, and he said 700,000 has been spent. Looking forward, in terms of getting a loan for it, to offer Everton a loan and other things, but they've said that Everton will pay back that money. That money is all on Everton and it will be paid back, so there's no reason to worry. Again, they're looking for transparency and are offering transparency, and again, it's another sign that a lot of money is being spent behind the scenes to try and get this stadium moving as fast as possible. I know a lot of people are worried about the timescale, and yes, it has shifted, and the stadium is about a year behind schedule. And obviously, with the failings of the past in stadiums such as King's Dock and Kirkby, obviously people are anxious. But it does seem like a lot of money is being spent behind the scenes to get this going as fast as possible. So hopefully, sometime in the next few months we'll hear more about the stadium. So there you have it. This has been the Everton News Daily. As I said, if you want to check out that video me and Baz have done on the under-23s and the youth level with Marcel Brands, check that out on Patreon. The link is in the description. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later.